Chat, this is EJSA Control, UHF, ComCheck. Chat, EJSA Control, UHF, ComCheck. 5x5 on Twitch side, YouTube side, anything? Check. We are checking, over. Want to take us up the hangar? Yeah, Jerry, we got to dust it off first. Why does it stop at 5? Why doesn't it stop at 5? I don't know. It just does. How does positive traction work on a 72 Plymouth? It just does. We need to restart Bakalakadakistan. Oh, okay. All rise. All will rise for Bakalakadakistan. Just works. Yeah, no, it's good. Okay, that was short version. We are at the wasted hour and a half. Let's go. Play workers. Your mom refuses to get you a wall outlet to fix the hissing wall outlet that sparked you earlier. Save up and go buy one yourself. Go buy one yourself, man. You're a big boy. I'm a bit broke at the moment. Go mow some lawns then, man. Damn. Figure it out. Unless you want to get electrocuted again. I mean, if that's your cup of tea, then... Seriously, though, yeah. A new outlet is like nothing. It's like, yeah, $2 to $3, dude. They're nothing. Just go find some pocket change, man. You don't have $2 and change sitting around. Also, you should probably like not mess with that unless you really know what you're doing. Just on another note. The driver is as old as you, Enzo. Nice. Yeah, I changed an outlet on my fridge. Well, I didn't change it. I just tightened it up, all the connections on it. Try my grandfather installing a couple times. It's 3 wires. How hard could it be? Shut the power off, Graham, before you go and mess with it. Shut the power off. You got to find the breaker or your fuse box to your room. And you have to shut the power off. Do not screw around with live wires unless you feel like dying. Or at the very least, going to the hospital. That's, yeah, 110 volts. You'll feel that. But you really shouldn't mess with electricity unless you know what you're doing. All right, so I'll spare you a little bit. So the workers that we played yesterday, we figured out. We were playing workers yesterday, and we started going through the resource tree with the flow charts and stuff. It's actually up here. If I go into this folder, go to miscellaneous, the workers flow chart should be here. There it is. So we started going through it, and I started looking at some things, okay? We started looking at the outputs for our steel mills, okay? Steel mill produces 43 tons a day. That's what TD means. At maximum output, with 500 workers using 800 kilowatts, right? It needs coal, and it needs iron ore, okay? So you need, well, you don't need iron ore, you just need straight iron, right? So you need iron and coal, you make carbonated steel, right? I started looking at the dependencies here, right? The mechanical component factory, 150 at 135, is using 22 tons a day. That basically wipes out half of the steel mill. There's not a chance. I really don't think there's a chance of one steel mill being enough to feed our vertically integrated factory. So what am I trying to do? I'm trying to do basically what you see on the screen all in one place. There's minus a good amount of this. I'm trying to do a vertically integrated car factory in workers, right? Soviet Factorio. Yes, comrade. Хорошо. I'm trying to do that, trying to build that in workers, right? We're trying to make a totally vertically integrated factory. So I want iron ore. Basically, what are the raw materials that we need? We need crops for fabric. Crops, water, iron, coal. And I think that, and water, basically, to make everything. Because we need plastic, we need electrical components, we need mechanical components, and we need steel, right? Vertically integrated, not actually, not physically, theoretically, vertically, I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter. We're going to make ladas. Yes, I want raw materials coming in one side of this factory, and then I want cars coming out the back. There are examples of this in real life. I already have Google Earth loaded up. So that right there is in Dearborn, Michigan. This is Ford's River Rouge plant. The Rouge plant right here, or at least the main plant area, is the original Gigafactory. It's about 100 years old, and it was built by Henry Ford in the 20s. And what this thing basically is raw materials come in on one side through the Rouge River, namesake for the plant. Raw materials come in on one side, and cars come out the other side. Today, the Rouge makes pickup trucks. It makes F-150s. Been making F-150s since 2004. That's all it does. It just makes half-ton trucks. But the idea, it doesn't do all of it anymore. The idea when Henry Ford made this was that you have everything you need here to make a car. You put raw materials in one side and cars come out the other. So there was originally a glass plant for the cars. There was originally a rubber plant making synthetic rubber from the refinery over here, right? And there was, there's a steel mill. The steel mill is still there. It's still built in. That's the steel mill right there. And your ore processing is over here. It has its own power plant. It's basically Factorio in real life. Tesla did the same thing. If you want to see a modern version of this, you needn't look no further than the Gigafactory, Giga Texas in Austin. It's the same idea. But we can't necessarily make the Gigafactory in workers, but we can, we can't make it under one big building like what Elon does, but we can do what Henry Ford did. Sure, no problem. So what I want to do is basically build this. I want my Baklakadakistani Republic, which is an very oil-rich republic here. I want to make cars for export and everything else. Now, we started building a Mark I factory over here. I started, getting the train tracks figured out, getting everything that I wanted to here to start building out this factory. And what we quickly realized, I have my steel mill here, right? And my steel mill is supposed to pull coal from over here, from a coal mine over here, and then an iron mine that I'm currently still building up here. Now, that's all fine and dandy, right? But I didn't really put the provisions into scale, right? We can, we'll build this and we can use it, but to make the amount of cars that I want to make and to make the amount of steel that I need, we really, when you pause the game, it loads it up. This really isn't enough. It's not enough. It's just not. So I got to thinking, how can we get mass amounts? If you look at the commodities, the global market here, can we get mass amounts of coal and iron ore for cheap? Sure, of course. Could we refine it here? Yeah, absolutely. That's what the Rouge did. The Rouge didn't rely on getting iron and coal. It has ore processing facilities built into the design over here. So they're not even bringing in straight iron, right? I mean, they're bringing in straight coal over here, right? That's what that is. You can tell because of the way it is, right? They bring in iron ore and they refine it on site. So I started looking. Let's look at the commodities market. What do we want? We want cars, right? We're going to make cars. How much is it to bring in straight coal? It's nothing. How much is it to bring in straight iron ore? Also, really nothing. In fact, interestingly enough, iron ore is less expensive than straight iron right now. Well, actually, that's how it should be. So if we brought in straight iron ore and moderately refined coal, that will seem to work really well. Even if I just take that and make it into steel, it's a 2-to-1 return. 2-to-1 return on investment. So for every ton of iron, it's 3 tons of coal, 1 ton of iron that I import, the price of that is about 12 grand. That will make, I don't know, maybe like 1 ton of steel, right? That 1 ton of steel is 24 Gs. It's double, it's 2-to-1. So coal to iron is like 3-to-1, right? And then the steel is double what the import price was. So that gets me thinking, like, well, how does the Rouge does it by having the river in a turning basin here. So the ships come in, they offload iron ore, they refine the thing, and then they send the iron ore over to the steel mill over here. Obviously with coal as well. They bring in straight coal, right? Actually, let me look at coal ore just to make sure I did my math correctly. Coal ore is even cheaper if we wanted to refine it. But bringing in straight coal is actually comparable to bringing in iron ore. I compounded it with coal and iron ore, basically. So what I'm thinking here is we got it. How did Ford do it? Well, Ford brought it in by a ship. He had a port. That port gave Ford access to all the Great Lakes, right? So Lake St. Clair, all the Great Lakes over here, Lake Michigan, Lake Moron, Lake Superior, Erie and Ontario right there. So you could get access to places that had mines and you could just ship it through the Great Lakes, right? Pretty straightforward stuff. That was the whole idea. Detroit's kind of centrally located for that kind of stuff, which is why the auto industry originally thrived here, because it's on a major trade route. Makes sense, right? We're going over here. So, Bakalakadakistan has a port, or at least I always wanted to do a port project over here, right? That's why I started digging this out. So why build the factory over here? Why build the factory over here? That's the end of the sentence. Why build it over here? There's no point in doing that. Build it over here. Right? Just build it over there. Why don't we just take our factory design and move it over here? Build it over here so we have access to a port. If we have access to a port, we can bring in all the iron ore we want. We're not necessarily dependent on one iron mine up there and one coal mine, even though we could offset that. We could supplement it if we need to, right? Lake Moron. That's what it's called. What'd you just call me? Lake Huron. Lake Moron. Huron. Quick rail trip from the port. Well, I don't have tracks over there. I don't have train provisions over there, believe it or not. We could introduce train tracks over here if we wanted to. But I would have to demolish some of this. We're gonna need to move Al Supinladel. I already started building out this housing to relocate this city anyway. I need to poop. 53-month resub. Thanks, man. So I want to build the factory over here and get deep water port or just get port access so we can bring ships in. I think that's a really good idea. Because, well, it worked in real life, right? Because, yeah, what I'm really thinking, or not thinking, what I'm seeing here from the workers and resources production flow tree is that if we have one steel mill cranking out 43 tons a day and the mechanical component factory is using 22 tons of that, there's no way the automotive plant, right, which has a stockpile for 300 tons, and depending on what you make, right, depending on what you make, really, what am I trying to say? Depending on what you make, it uses more or less fuel, or more or less steel, right? There's no way the excess here, which is basically 21 tons, there's no way that's going to be able to feed that. So we're going to need 2 steel mills, dude. We need 2 of them. At the very least, we're going to need 2. And then there's all the other things that steel feeds, right? Like, you know, you need it for construction offices. See the CO indicator right there? And yeah, you need it to build buildings. You need it for all kinds of stuff, right? Ships could bring in the material for the factories at the start. Well, that's what I want, Phil. Yeah, Phillips, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Bring in the iron ore, bring in coal, and just have boats just plug bulk resources right into my steel mills instead of trying to source it from here, right? Because Ford didn't set up his own mines. No way. He didn't do that. Ford doesn't have like a mining facility somewhere. No. Ford bought the resources and had them shipped here to build. It wasn't technically end to end, but there's not like a pit mine right here in Melvindale. There's not a pit mine right there that was feeding this thing. He bought it from mining companies, right? He bought the raw materials. So I think that's what we need to do. Logical conclusion is to import cars from America. I already did do that. Already done that. Gotta go play a $3 million proposal. CC in a few minutes. Science. Good luck, article. So, let's do it. Let's start planning it out. We already have some kind of... I'm basically going to use this over here as kind of a blueprinting area, and I don't know what we're going to do with this land after. I'll probably build a city over here or something. Yeah, we'll probably build a city over here instead. I had planned on building the city over there, but we could build it over there. The other thing we need to do is this needs highway access. We need highway access, and we're absolutely going to need train access. Problem is that the way I weeded the train tracks in here, right? The way that all comes in together, the train tracks are on the opposite side of the highway. So unless we want to do some type of level crossing the highway, it's not going to work. But also, I don't want to have a bridge here, because if we have a train bridge back here or somewhere, that ain't going to work either. It's not going to work because ships won't be able to get under it. There are height clearances for bridges. So, there is this covered bridge right here, and like to Al Rabi right there. That's a wooden bridge. It's not really going to do us any good. We're going to need to get the tracks over there somehow. It might be beneficial making a junction right here and then having a bridge go across and then down that way. The other thing we need is a highway. We do have the highway coming in here, but that's way under construction for right now. Tunnels are getting good enough clearance for ships. Well, Sig, what I was thinking is we don't really need a bridge anywhere past here. Like, that's a big enough port from what I understand, right? And, you know, they can always use this crappy little road right here if they need to. So we could build... I think that's big enough. Are there any experienced players here? Is this good enough to make everything that I need? Well, actually, screw it. I could just figure it out. What are we going to need? We need a ship offloading terminal, right? So we need a cargo harbor. But is it going to be a cargo harbor? No. Cargo harbor for aggregate unloading. That's what we need. We need the aggregate harbor. Right? That's what we're going to need. There's a container ship harbor. We need the aggregate harbor. That has a pretty big footprint there. I ideally want them over here, and you see where the end of the footprint is. It's way over there. So that'll work. Yeah. Okay. What else are we going to need over here? We're going to need a regular old ship dock. You know, just as a place to moor ships, right? That's a pumping harbor for oil. You building navies now? That's the idea, yeah. Harbor for aggregate unloading. Harbors for containers and vehicles. Maybe we should ship out vehicles on this too. So we'll put it, we should put in the provisions for this, an aggregate unloading harbor. Actually, Ford ships it out via train. They don't ship cars out via car carrying ships. This is just for raw materials. Why cross the river twice? Why not just Y before? Andrew, actually, you reminded me. I put in the provisions to do that, dude. But I would ideally want a junction, right? We would want a three-way Y. We wouldn't just want the tracks to split like that, right? Because then there's no way for a train that's coming down these proverbial tracks to go that way. That's why I wanted to put it there. So, because this gives me the space that I need to build a Y and another bridge. So, you have an intersection, not just a split, right? At least that was the idea. The other thing is that we could ship Ford ship stuff out via cars out via train. So we could do that. But like I said, we need big train infrastructure to do that. Not unsolvable. I needed trains over here anyway. You need trains over here. I want trains over here for multiple reasons. One, with this save, I want every form of transportation that I can possibly muster, which is why we have trains, planes, automobiles, boats. I want to make certain parts car-centric that make sense, other parts train-centric, and if you look at the map, I've been trying to, like, if you look at how I have the map set up, I've been building a highway system between the 3 cities that I started here. I'm trying to get everything to converge in the center here where, you know, we want, well, basically our factory. I have a refinery over here, a refinery in a city over here. Are you not into trains? So, putting that Y over there will work, but if a train is coming this way and is trying to get across the tracks, I mean, I don't know, they'd have to go all the way through the center valley to the other end. But then again, I can't, unless I want to build a high train bridge over here, which doesn't make any sense. Less crossing near the port. Well, down there, dude, I don't think we're going to... Down over here, I don't think there's going to be any ships coming down here. I never, ever planned to put any shipping down here. One, because it's not flat. There's no good place to put a port down here, so I kind of said screw it a long time ago. Even though I did build a bridge technically high enough to do it over here. Nah. You're starting to make this giant map look small and crowded. Good. But yeah, see, I've been building highways and train tracks to try and connect all of my major cities. We have Aribi over there, Novogulin over there, and Nadir over there. Trying to connect it all in the center where I want my factory, just centrally located, just like Bruges. It's a good idea. So yeah, we got some thinking about this. Let's start figuring out the port. Fixing that damn thing. Oh, all right, cool. I'm figuring we could export cars via the trains. That's fine. But we need bulk materials coming in. And like my cutoff point for the shipping harbor is this bridge right here. We have all this area to play with. Kind of sucks because it's very fertile land up in here. Like if you look at putting down fields, super fertile land. But over here is kind of dead anyway, so... That's why I put farms over there, so we can get crops. And we need crops to make plastics anyway, so... Alright, anyway, let's start messing with grading. Oh, need a construction office over here. Okay. The other thing is I'm going to keep having them build out the superhighway here. And that intersection. It's going to take a second to build that bridge because I built it in segments to make it not look stupid. Speaking of that, just on a side note, how far are these guys down? Yeah, they got another stretch of road made, which is pretty good. Drains are looking good. Train tracks are looking very complete. That guy's building out that segment over there. That guy's finishing the Y into the farming area where I had stockpiled resources, but he didn't. Do you have to consider the depth of the water? I think so, Bob, yeah. We're gonna have to dredge this, I think, to get a ship in here, but it's totally doable. I purposely didn't build anything on the banks up here, and I also, as a test, I dredged right here. There was a hill that went here and the river snaked like that. I dredged it. We should be good enough to get a ship in here, but we'll see. Now, on the other side of things, we also need... I need a water facility made over here, but in order to get the water working, we need electricity, which we are still out of over here because for whatever reason... Oh, there we go. No construction depot can get to this, huh? Can the helicopters get to it? What the hell's going on there? Can they get to it now? Doesn't like the throughway road there on the transformer. Yep, okay. That's why it's been taking so long. Cool. Just don't get stuck in the canal. Help me, I'm stuck. I did clear some space initially over here for a steel mill, but yeah, I don't know. We'll build something over here. I'm sure we can figure out something. Something that uses coal. Let's actually look at the flow chart just on a side note while we're here. Coal ore. Coal can go to heating plants. It goes to a brick factory. It goes to a cement plant. There you go. You can go to a coal power plant too. Good. Anyone know where to find that flow chart? Just workers and resources flow chart should do it. Yeah. I mean, how hardcore does the coal power plant get? Like, how much power can that thing make? 1,400 megawatt hours. Actually, it's pretty good. That's pretty good, dude. I mean, I have an oil power plant down the street, basically. Which does work, but... Oh, that's the other thing. We gotta build, not an oil refinery, but I need fuel stockpile down here. Because getting fuel into the Central Valley has been a pain in the butt. Now, the other thing that I want to check is my import of resources. My import on the ruble over this year for 1984, we've imported steel the most. Steel, electronics, and food. Wow. 300 grand. Fuel? Fuel. Oh, that's for the city that doesn't have a refinery over here. They're still importing fuel? That's not okay. We should have a train come up here and drop off fuel. All those are broken. Yeah, we should have a train drop fuel here. That would be a good idea. One drum of fuel should make this thing last a little while. What I'm trying to see is, like, what are the benefits of this? Like, what does this axe this year? That gets rid of almost 500,000 rubles. Like, let's check this. Let's go last month. 45. Yeah. Electronics is the big one, though. It looks like electronics gets popped in every once in a while. That's got to be for stores and stuff. The camera's working, Bree. What I ended up doing is plugging it into the card. The USB 3.0 card that was freezing. And I capped the FPS to make sure that the bitrate on the camera doesn't exceed the bandwidth of the port. So we're capped at 30 FPS, but it's fine. So yeah, no, we're good. That problem should be permanently fixed now. Knock on wood. Yeah, Kopi, it's coming along pretty good. This factory project really makes this, yeah, this is cool. I dig it, man. And to see the highways working too is pretty awesome. All right, so yeah, up here, just putting a coal power plant in, not a bad idea. I mean, pollution, or we could just straight export the coal. I wonder if is my distro office set to do that? It's not. Dude, we got hopper cars, man. Hold on. Hold up. Hold up. I mean, coal doesn't trade very high right now, but in bulk, could help us offset costs, and it's just sitting there doing nothing. We already paid to mine the stupid thing. Yeah, let's go. Go down here. Select this. Load coal. Storage percentage 0. Now, do we want to export on... We should export on the ruble. So, Corverud. Unload coal. That should dispatch a train here. Might be high time to introduce directional signals here. Did you manage to recover? Yeah. Yeah, we're alright. For now. $600 tons of coal. Nice. Alright, cool. For coal. Coal? Oh, alright. Okay. So I'm kind of trying to figure this out. Like, where... You know what? Let's go with putting the shoreline right here. Because that's in range of bulldozers that I have. You can't go much further without it. That's the maximum range of the dozers. Because we don't have... You need construction offices near. You basically need to have bulldozers within range of where you're trying to move terrain around. You don't. Well, you don't have bulldozers near you. You can't move the terrain around now, can you? Which is actually one of the features of this game that I really, really appreciate. Alright. Yeah, I should start implementing the two-way signals, Sneaky. I understand how the trains work a lot better this time around, but we'll get to it, man. We'll get to it. Okay, so instead of train aggregate... Actually, let me take a look at this one more time. We need harbor for aggregate unloading. That harbor, see how the edge goes all the way over there? So we can probably afford to move this a little bit forward here. What I'm going to try to do here, because there's a lot of unknown unknowns with this project. I don't know... Dude, do we need 2 aggregate unloading depots for 2 ships? Should we have one for iron? Should we have one for coal? Should we have one for both? I mean, we could obviously look at the Rouge, I suppose, if we wanted to do that. We can look at the actual plant and use that as inspiration, but who knows if Workers is accurate to that, right? So, because there's a lot of unknown unknowns, I'm basically going to start by just putting down what I need. What do we need? At the very least. Can't build a factory if you don't have a, Can't load up via boats if we don't have a dang factory. Or we can't load up via ships if we don't have a dock, right? Like, we can't make the rest of the factory work if we don't have an aggregate unloading area, right? So, what are we going to need to get that done right? Well, we need that. I'm just going to put it down, right? We need that, obviously. Cableway aggregate unloading? Why is this... Funny how it sounds like sizzling bacon. Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, there's cable cars in the game, so you could cable car resources down from higher areas. I don't like doing that. I just like building a conveyor belt. I think it might be high time to get some bulldozers over here. That's the maximum. So what you're seeing is the SOI from the bulldozers. The bulldozers can only work in a certain sphere of influence. So you could see the circle, the radius right there. It's radius to where my bulldozers are, which is right here. Gonna have to build something over there. Can I make like a road depot? Hold on. Can't build any more of those. Hey, Okie. Where are the rest of my road depots? I know there's one right there. That was left over from grading out the terrain for the highway. Is there another one around? Let's go up this highway and see if I left any there by accident. There was some there. Got rid of that. There's one. There's also a little fuel dump right there. So I probably would have put them on the on the road here. Just trying to find if there's one that I left. Nope. Okay, so this one has 2 bulldozers and an excavator, but I have a truck that can move them, move the stuff. Anything else? I think there was one over here. Nope, I got rid of it already. Road depots are basically parking lots, and some of the road depots are just basically a dirt field, and you can use them. You can place them down for nothing, which keeps this low cost, which is good. My asphalt plant is gone. Why is the asphalt plant gone? Whatever. Just rebuild this stupid thing. Road depot, where pavers get more done. Trying to see if I just have any depots just taking up space over here. Nope. The other one's got to be over here for the highway. Because there's 7 of them placed down on the map somewhere. There's one. Is there another one over here? I rebuilt it. Yeah, that's right there. Where the heck is the rest? I think there's... Oh, there's one up here. I know there's one up here. Yeah, that's for terraforming up here. This job isn't finished, so I'm going to leave that one. I'm just trying to find one that might not be used. One anywhere here? No, 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 no. Helicopters. Admiral, Michael, to the helicopter. They've dicked with the wrong dictator. This means war. Huh? Don't mind me. Just, I'm fine. I swear. Well, those 2 construction offices aren't being used. We could use those. Albungholio excavators. No. Dozers, face the wall, please. That's very compelling argument. Yes, yes, you really made me see 2 sides of the situation. Face the wall, please. So let's go over here. Construction industry. We should be able to lay down 2 depots here for nothing. There we go. Why can't there be a search option for specific buildings? There's one for vehicles, but not necessarily for buildings, dude. Wondering, is there any real way to get down there? Yeah, they gotta go down here, down there, or down here, through there, over there. Okay, you can get down there. Badly. You know what, let's just do that for now. My headset battery going? Yeah, it is. The headset's going toot toot toot. All right. One for buildings could be useful, especially on such huge maps. Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't know what you want me to do about it, Black, but yeah. Dead-end footpaths are still there. Yeah, I know. I didn't feel like demolishing them. So, what we need to do now is... Some of these dozers have seen better days. We're going to need dozers and excavators. I have some spare bulldozers here, so... You drive over there. And then, what we'll do is I'll take the excavator from over here. No, that's a poopy-doopy excavator. I don't want that. I changed my mind. There's another one over here. That has the good excavator. Put that on the low boy, and then take the low boy over here. You need excavators for moving terrain up and down, and you need bulldozers for flattening. We might need to cut into these hills a little bit. So, I am going to leave the game unpaused. So what else do we need here? Nothing crooked? No, it's fine. If workers would combine with hearts of iron, would your brain pop? I'd have a good time with that. Create buoy? Oh. Interesting. Make a channel. Alright, so now we need a ship dock. Right? And then I want the provisions for a cargo harbor. Alright, hold on. Let's make this backwards. I want the provisions for a cargo harbor, and I would like the cargo harbor to be closer to bridges and trains. We also need to run the train tracks too, but we'll run a new line, and they can belt it out pretty quick. Okay, so there's that. And then we also, like I said, just saying a second ago, we need a regular harbor. I'm gonna see if we can line it up, just because I'm weird. Okay. Ooh, I don't like that. That borked up the terrain pretty bad. Nah, whatever. It's okay. This is just what we need. And then medium... No, not cargo harbor. We need an aggregate unloading area. I don't like how that came in. See what I mean about screwing up the terrain? You don't want that. Okay, so this is basically just these berths are just for, like, it's a road depot. You basically buy the ships here, you get them into the thing, and then you tell them what to do. That's basically just a home port, like, for the most part. And let's take a look. What outputs does this have? It has 2 outputs. Hey, Smoked, what's going on? Did you see your load you hauled today on Discord? I saw you operated an excavator or something, Junie, which is cool. Whew. Now, I'm good, Smoked, yeah. I'm just working on basically trying to make this in workers. I decided to move my factories across the river like, the way this was coming together, I needed more space. We're kind of confined here with farms, roads, the city, and the airport. So we'll save this for something else. I'll probably do like airplane manufacturing or something. Like, what other facilities do we have? Just train production, maybe? Train production would actually be good because, you know, I already built the provisions for tracks in there. So I'm keeping this over here as kind of a template, right? But Uranium enrichment? Tipcho, that's not a bad idea. And I'm wondering, should we put in the provisions for a dry dock? For the shipyards? That might not be the worst idea. So, does the aggregate loading have any type of bandwidth or anything? I mean, I'm assuming because you have one pier that you can support 2 ships. So, does anybody know? Like the aggregate unloading, can one ship come in and offload iron and the other one come in and offload coal? Or would I need 2 ports? It can do 2 at a time, Cupcho? Alright. Now, second part of that, dude. Do you think that's enough for what I'm trying to do? I need a steel mill. We need 2 steel mills in this design. We need this 2 times over. I'll tell you what I do. 2 steel mills at the same time, man. Dang straight, I always wanted to do that. Yeah, I figure I could hook that up. Just, you know, chicks dig dudes with steel mills. Kind of, you know, kind of chicks that would like heavy industry like me would. Good point. 10 out of 10. Oh, well done. Thanks, man. Let's unpause and wait till our bulldozers get over there. Where's the truck? Oh, there it is. There's our bulldozer truck. So we're almost there. And I do have them working on the main highway bridge over here. What about the truck coming down the highway? Where's that? Where's that? Oh, there he is. Oh no, that's a construction truck. Hold on. Oh yeah, I didn't pull the truck from over here. That's right. Sorry.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Idiot. There he is. There you are, you little meat. Is this in the U.S.? No, this is just some desert republic, dude. Denny, 78 months. The only thing would be is if you're shipping in raw materials, you could hybrid it with shipping some shipping to and from the roads. Yeah, Trenton, I got you. I got you, man. Yeah, I think I'll put 2 aggregates just to, you know, let's look. So, just out of curiosity here. How do the ships offload? So the bulk carriers are supposed to come in here. How do they load this? Great Lakes freighters are self-discharging? Really? Like that? That bulk carrier looks to be offloading limestone. Oh, it's got a conveyor on the front. Look at that. I think there was another one down here. Oh, dude, today I learned. I didn't know that.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Interesting. So, yeah, all you got to do is just moor the ship right here and just send it. And yet, in fact, you could see where they were dumping. You can see how the lines go this way? You can see where they're dumping coal there. Cool. I wonder if there's a ship like that. See, that's what that guy's doing right there. There's another bulk carrier. Interesting. Oh, there's the Gordie Howe Bridge. It's not finished in this picture. How do those ships even get in there? They're lake freighters. Jens, very carefully is the short answer. Dude, see that? See the Detroit River right here? Big shipping way between the United States and Canada. This is Canada over here. That's the border right there. Yeah, this is a huge shipping way for both countries, man. Like, it's a big deal. Like, the Great Lakes, dude, to this part of the U.S. is what, like, the Black Sea is to this part of, like, Eurasia. Very big deal. The Bosphorus Strait, it's like that. It's that busy. Actually, this might be a little bit more busy, but you get the idea. Yeah, that's a big shipping way, dude. So yeah, how do they get these ships in there? Carefully. I was just here a couple weeks ago. I drove down that road right there. Got a great view of the refinery. And you could be dang sure when Bree and I were driving by the refinery, I'm like, what's that? What's that do? Hey, what's that? Hey, what? Oh, look, oil tanks. Oh, that's cool. Oh, sweet. Look, a distillery tower. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, look, crude oil storage. Like, I'm 5, dude. I don't know what you want. Your kids call the Rouge Bridge the Stinky Bridge. Yeah, that's fair. Totally fair. All right, cool. Everything offloaded? Yep, okay. We have the bulldozers. Can they get out here? Pause the game again. Yep. We have sphere of influence from the construction depots that I put over there, which is good. Oh, yeah. Alright, there's a trick in workers that you can use. Chad actually taught me this one a little while back. So watch. Take the airplane, take the taxiway. You need to mass flatten terrain, that's how you do it. Cheats! Cheats! It doesn't work when you're trying to level against water, though. Like, I can't dig down. By the way, 2 oil tankers are currently leaking in the Black Sea. I heard about that. I'm sure that won't have ecological repercussions. I'm sure. I mean, yeah, it kind of is in the name. Black Sea, you know, it's kind of... I'm just putting it out there. Cool. Now we go all the way over here, and we lower the terrain down. To this level, and check this out. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah! Right, now you go over here. Oh, look, oh, geez, sorry. Sorry, it's just the industry. I gotta, I'm sorry, was this your hill? Not anymore. Did your hill get in the way of my runway? Oh, I'm sorry. Wait, why am I apologizing? Frick your hill. Oh, they gotta refuel. Yeah, that's gonna take a second for them to do that. Looked like you were starting a dry dock there for a second. Yeah, right? Well, you can build dry docks here, and I think I might do that. It's in construction, or advanced industry. We can always make our own damn ships. I would want to do that, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, so you need to feed those things with the same components that are... Oh, boy. Just go away. You know, maybe we'll do that in a second. We'll build more dock over here for shipping and stuff. But I did this so we could get another aggregate storage, or aggregate unloading area, just in case. Okay, so what are the connections on these aggregate unloading areas? We have obviously the belt connections. You have a road connection right there, but we also have pipeline inputs. You can give them a fueling provision. Is that what I'm seeing there? I need directional signals. Hold on. That train just turned around because I set directionals. Whoops! I don't know where that guy's gonna try to go from there, but whatever. That should fix that problem. Speaking of dry docks, did you end up finishing the Satisfactory build? It's not finished, Enroy. I took a little bit of a break. I wanted to play it yesterday, but there was so much space stuff that I ended up not. We could... I want to play it sometime this week. I just don't know when. Yeah, the river navigation project, exactly. That's cool, man. I could read about that stuff all day. Any plans for a fuel farm near the port? Yes. Yes, you actually reminded me. Absolutely, yes. Actually, we'll bring in the fuel via train. We don't need this. Oh, another building is on fire. Jeez, I hope I shouldn't have. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. He'll get there in time. It's just a gate to the electricity, no problem. cool. That's almost finished. This save is so good. Thanks. Yeah, we'll bring in the fuel via the trains. Yeah, that should be easy. All right, let's cap those for a second. So we can start just building up fuel. These are the pipeline connections to the border. I have to stop because of how I set up the logic. I didn't do it right, but this is fine. How would I do it differently? I forget, to be honest. I forget. I know there's something weird about it, though. Like, if I'm pulling from one, like that. Oh, that's what it is. If I'm pulling, I have the pipe pumping station designed to pull from there. And then I have two outputs from the refinery. One output is going here, and the other one's going there. It does not equally distribute the output fuels. See? The only way I can start filling this up is if I stop telling the pump to pull. Because the refinery will push fuel to where it's needed. So, yeah, that's the problem. What I would do separately is just have a straight buffer tank. What I would do again, have a straight buffer tank. So one tank that pulls directly out of that. And have that outputting to a pump. That outputs to 3 different tanks. Right? So fuel 3 times over and then... Actually maybe two fuel tanks. And then one that goes to the pipeline connection. I did leave more room so I could eventually fix it. But what I have to do with this, because it won't output to both of them. Unless you can set it or something. Because it won't output to both of them every once in a while, I have to shut the taps off so it replenishes our supply. See, it'll start filling that one up, and when that one gets equaled out with this one, then you'll go. But I have to stop exports every once in a while to do that. Like, see, that's 719 and the other one's at 0. Even if I set it to pull, we could pull from both pumps, right? You could pull from both. But the thing, even at that point, it won't pump more into the one or the other. We can also, yeah, we can get rid of that bitumen. That's one of my oil refineries, Jigsy. I have 2 of them. Yeah, watch. See, buffering out the bitumen, I have to buffer it out. You have to buffer out bitumen and gasoline just the way I set this up. It's not the best way to do it. It's going good, Trey. I'll show you in a second. But every once in a while, we can dump the bitumen and make a lot of money. No, it's the pumps coming out of the factory, Chrome. The other thing I think we could do is just have the pumps, have the outputs from the factory directly connected to pumps and then distribute the fuel evenly that way. I think the pumps will request fuel evenly. So you need refinery and then pumps right after that, but... Yeah, Toxic, yeah. That seems to be what's going on. The refinery has 4 outputs. And it does not... It fills them in series, like you were saying. That's a good way to say that. It's really kind of annoying, but... You know what? Put a sec signals here and have that do that. For now. Is bitumen cheaper in real life? No, it's not. There we go. Now we can get rid of those. There we go. See, that guy is loading up crude. He's loading up crude for my other refinery. The other refinery, I believe, how I have this set is more in line. No, it's set up the exact same way. But see, yeah, that thing is going off, dude. Look at my dollar export. It's over 500,000. We do need to go back over to that refinery and shut the taps, though. It's over here. Because, yeah, if this fuel is... That fuel in that tank is for that. If that runs out, we run out of fuel. Not what we want. Not great. See, now we got to be careful because once these tanks get full, the factory will stop producing completely. I mean, we can keep the bitumen open. I mean, see what I mean? Look, it really only can set one output at a time, which is... I did one pump with 1x in and 3x out. First high priority, second mid priority, and third low priority. Yeah, putting a set of pumps connected to the output at you, Caracho, yeah, that's the right move. Inexperience is what did that. Can you do underground reservoirs? I don't think so, Mark. Not without mods. Yeah, so see these pipes right here? Putting pumps on that pipe, that pipe, that pipe, and that pipe would fix this. But I'm not going to stop the gravy train just for that. Clicking a button every once in a while is fine. Why are there only that amount of people working the thing, not full capacity? Probably because this city has a lot of... The city has low unemployment. Probably too low. More people need to live here, which is why I made the expansion over here. I started building out an expansion on this side of the city. When you have too many jobs and not enough people, it starts scarcing it out on purpose. So is this Russian city skylines basically? Soviet city skylines, yeah. Like, here's the thing. Every city's builder is centrist in nature. Like, if I'm playing City Skylines is supposed to be like a capitalist simulator, right? Like, but if I'm playing City Skylines, I can just demolish a building. I can demolish somebody's house. I am the benevolent god. I can just bulldoze an entire city block. You can't do that in real life. That's not how that works. Workers and Resources leans into that with a Soviet veneer on the game, which is funny. Like, I think that's hilarious. Every city builder is inherently centrist. City Skylines, SimCity, they all are. You are absolute leader. You can do whatever you want. So, this game leans into that. I think that's very cool. But also, Grim, this is one of the best city builders I've ever played. This is, yeah, it's really good, man. Like, it's the most granular game around. Like, if you're into numbers and, like, look at building a factory. You want to build a factory in another game, you just plop down some industrial zoning, factory comes. Or if you have, like, City Skylines, you just place the factory. Be like, hey, you got a factory. Not this. You know, you place something down, like, I was doing my templates for the steel mill. Well, guess what? The construction isn't commissioned right now. If I commission the construction to build the damn steel mill, you need almost 500 tons of concrete, 137 tons of gravel, 110 of asphalt, 136 tons of bricks, 45 tons of boards, 233 tons of steel, 31 tons of mechanical components for everything. That takes time. It takes 9,500 work days to do that. One work day is 8 hours of labor from one citizen. So it takes a while, dude. And that's the amount of people that would be working on this project. Then once it's built, now you got to staff it. Now you got to get people there. Like, it's very granular, right? And so how are you getting these resources here? And what construction equipment are you going to use to build it? You need construction depots. You basically need construction firms, right? So I have all my work equipment over here in a big construction depot that I made, right? One of the buildings burned down because annoying, right? And then I have all the resources for the said construction depot here because even once you get the trucks up, where are they going to get the resources from? So I have gravel, steel, bricks, wood, and I had prefabs, had them. It burned down because of a glitch in the game. That's kind of my fault, kind of not my fault, but whatever. Now, all these trucks need fuel. Where are they getting fuel from? All these trucks need to be repaired. Who's repairing them? Right? That's how this game works. It's really, really good. You want to build a paved road in cities or any other city builder, you just place the paved road. In this, you tell them where you want the road to be paved, and then you have to tell them to build it. Like, that's why this bridge hasn't gotten done, because they have to build it. They have to build it. It takes time. You need cranes. You need construction equipment. You need dump trucks to move stuff around. No other city builder does this. And I'm like, it's a shame that this has this communist veneer on it, because that people look at it and go, it's just Soviet city skylines. No, dude, this is better than cities. This is better than SimCity. This is one of the best city builders I've ever played. It's where I put my prefabs, if I had them. You need concrete to build the concrete building. Where are you getting it from? Ironically, this centralized Soviet city builder, you have a market. The market's dynamic. It is a dynamic market. It changes throughout the times in the game. Prices of goods and commodities go up and down on the global markets. You have to trade for goods, right? And the crazy part is that this game has two currencies in it. It has dollars and rubles. You can trade on two currencies. So you can trade with NATO, or you can trade with the Warsaw Pact. You do either one. There's not one currency, there's two. It's just Soviet city skylines done right. Yeah. This game's awesome, dude. It has one of the most capitalist city builders I've ever played, which is ironic because it's a Soviet city simulator. I think it's cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, everybody thinks, oh, this is just Russian city skyline. No. This is one of the best city builders ever devised. By a long shot. It's not even close. Okay, I got my bulldozers back. The music isn't bad either. Yep. Yeah, you ain't wrong. Yeah, I love this game, dude. I've been trying to make this game a thing, trying to get it more popular for a long time because it's awesome. It's really, really, really good. We're gonna be like McGruff the crime dog and take a bite out of this hill. This hill's a criminal. We're gonna take a bite out of crime. Watch, ready? The runway tool is a great way to move terrain. It's kind of a, wouldn't call it an exploit. We'll call this a meta. We need space for our factory, dude. Told you we'd be cutting into this hillside. Probably gonna cut into it more, but okay. You see, comrades, this mountain is counter-revolutionary. That's right. Okay, so we have our aggregate offloading area. Do you not have resources under these mountains? I don't know what's here. Tough show, to be honest with you. There is a good amount of oil in the Central Valley here. Hold on. What are we talking about here? Oh, not bad. Really not bad. But that's not a big deposit. I really want to build eventually up here, because there is 100% deposits up here. There's a huge oil field up there. The thing is that it's extremely remote. It's really hard to get to it. It's because there's no roads to it. You'd have to build it. All right, so this is how we have this set up. Now, aggregates. So, one of them is going to be dropping coal. The other one's going to be dropping iron, right? So let's put the roads in, because the construction guys need a way to drive here to build the stupid port. So I always try to put the roads in. So now we need aggregate storage. Okay. The steel mills. Let's look at the steel mill consumption, right? Steel mill pulls consumption at maximum production is 363 tons of coal, 193 tons of iron. How much can the largest aggregate storage hold? 4,800. Hey, Bob, what's going on? If you build it, they will come. The American government would like you work with you. Said forbidden. Yep. So this can hold 3,800. So what's the ratio for the steel mill for steel to coal? 363 to 193. Let's do 363 divided by 193. Okay, it's a little under 2 to 1. So but we got to remember, dudes, we're feeding 2 steel mills. So yeah, this is where this is going to get a little tricky. Yeah, and we gotta remember we're bringing in iron ore, not just iron. Good, thank you. Glad you got the camera sorted out. I'm working from home full time now. Oh, nice, Bob. There you go. Cool. Right on, man. Once again, you got to build the access roads first. I'm wondering, though, does the regular dock have a pipeline input? No, but these do. So, you know what? It might be better to put the container harbor next to our aggregate storage for better fuel distribution, just in case we wanted to do that, right? Like... Let's check something. Yeah, that's how that needs to be. Go. Cool. Once again, you got to build the access roads. Yeah, they have to be able to get there somehow, right? Okay, so oil and stuff, we have enough space to be able to put any type of oil provisions over here. So let's get that, let's get our regular harbor back. Cool. All right, now I don't think people work at these docks. Doesn't need labor. No, okay, cool. It's quote unquote automated. You know what? We'll say it's abstracted. Cool. The port could give us some. We might be able to put oil down like right here and then pump it over there. So these offsets are giving us some, yeah, some leeway with how this all works. Now, aggregate storage. It's 2 to 1, right? So let's think about this. What we would really need to calculate here is the transit time. So we have an aggregate storage, right? Let's go back to the steel mill real quick. Steel mill pulls 363 tons of coal and iron a day. That's per work day, all right? So how long would it take a ship to go back and out? That will calculate our aggregate storage, because we don't want downtime. We don't want these empty, right? And the ship, oh, the ship needs to come back down here. So it really would need to know the transit time of a vessel up the river and out into the ocean, right? We don't know the transit time. We have no idea what that would be. And how much does a ship carry? Well, I do have a dock out here that I built just so I could look at different ships. We have the Granata there. The Granata can hold 1,000 tons of coal, and that's a small ship. You can hold 1,000 tons of coal or 1,000 tons of iron. Not bad. There are bigger ships. Let's take a look. We have a container ship. We have a catamaran. Baltic tanker. Vicky, Baltic ferry. We don't want that. Let's go look at the Soviet ships. Cargo ships. We need what's called a bulk carrier. A hopper ship is what we have. The Lubenow holds 8,000 tons. What's its top speed? 11 knots. The Frida, no, that's a cargo ship. There's a river ship. That can hold a lot of stuff. Don't you need a river ship? Not necessarily, Jigsy, if we dig the place out. I think the Lubenow is the biggest one we have. Everything else is tankers and cargoes. And there's no aggregate storage over here, huh? No, I mean no aggregate trucks. There's just tankers. Okay. Okay. That thing only does 11 knots, though. How deep is it? I really don't know. That hopper ship does 14 knots, but it can only hold 1,000. The Lubenow is also 6 million. How much are the hopper ships that we had? 600 thou. What's on the used market? There's a used one. There's a used one here. Yeah, I'm thinking about it like a warship hellfish, right? I can't afford it, first of all, for what it's worth. Can't afford that. So, this thing that we have already, we could use that, at least for now. We could use a couple of them. That ship actually goes fast. It goes 14 knots. We could buy another one, but... Nice, Yannick. That's cool. If I recall correctly, it's nearly 2 months to load a full one at the border. Yo. Ugh. Crap. Yeah, that's an issue. We just mine the resources ourselves and then export? Yeah, Trey, but I don't have... For the scale that I'm building at, I really don't think there's enough resources on this map. And if there is, it's going to take a long time to tap them. I have iron here. We have iron here as a supplemental thing that we can bring in, and coal. We can bring it in by a train. It's not a big deal. But I really only have... I wouldn't even have enough to fill up that ship, the Granada, like, with any expedience. The big ship is really what we need. Can you borrow money or get an investment? Of course we can borrow. What's our... We can take out 22 million. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, Bob. Getting into debt is really easy in this game, and staying in debt is really easy as well. In fact, this save was in debt for a long time. I fixed it, and it took a really long time to fix the stupid thing.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
So I'm only going to take that out unless it... I'm only going to take out the debt if it's a surefire success, I guess, is what I mean, homie. Go ahead. I'm flattening more terrain. Besides, Trey, ore is inexpensive. The amount of labor that I'm putting in mining it myself doesn't make sense because it's like 19 bucks a ton. Right? Like, why would we do any other way? I'm trying to flatten this area. Be easier to build the factory. Jeez, where the heck is the ground? There's no way we went up that much. Really? Huh. Yeah, this hill goes up pretty quick, huh? Well, whatever. We're cutting into it. Spider-Man! I'll tell you what he is. He's a vigilante. We're cutting into it. Oops, didn't want that. See, the runway tool is a really, really quick and easy way to flatten terrain. Kinda cheating, but also, I don't care. I got a factory to make, dudes. It's not cheating at all. It's just better use of the terrain tools. Yeah. I think this is the amount of space we're gonna need, but... Yeah, I really want to just cut it up here this way. You know, I will say this. I really miss the way Cities 1 did this. The dirt was quantitative, so if you dug a hole like this, you had to put the dirt somewhere. I really wish it worked like that. I don't know why Cities games don't do that, but it's a mechanic that they abandoned completely in Cities 2 because free terraforming, which we should have known, chat. That was a huge red flag. The developers removing the cost to move dirt, when moving dirt is one of the most expensive parts of like any construction project. So you're removing costs from terraforming in a game about building things, with building buildings, which is okay. Why would someone do that? Could a mod add it back? Yeah, Linux. Yeah, of course. And I'm pretty sure somebody put it in as a mod, dude. But what I'm getting at is that, like, that we should have known, like, if they were willing to take that out, that there might be some gameplay, some core gameplay features in this game that aren't, good. That new traffic, the new traffic update that they did to Cities 2, though, does look pretty rad. I kind of want to mess with it. But I still can't get around the tile tax. That's still, like, one of the stupidest things I've ever seen implemented in a video game. You got a permit for that? No. No, I don't. Alright, how big is this flat area that we just made? Let's take a look. Sometimes, even though the terrain features are telling you it's flat, it's not totally flat. Note how you're still hearing the terraforming noise, even though I'm running this over flat terrain. You want to hear that noise, the bup. Up. Up. See what I mean? Okay, let's get our measuring tool out. How far is this? Almost a mile. About 1.5 kilometers. Okay. And then we're 300 meter wide. Probably going to need more space. Have you played Cosmeteer at all? It's a very nice beer and pretzels game. I have not. Oh, yeah. Tybot, yeah, no, that makes perfect sense, dude. Hey, Ichi, what's up, man? How's the Gigafactory coming along? Good, good. I'm flattening out terrain. Got about a square mile here, give or take. Probably less. Like, between all this flat area, it should be good, but we're gonna need more. It would be really nice if I could just flatten up here, but there's a, canoe vase there. I would just bulldoze it, but bulldozing it takes time. I'd rather dig into the stupid hill. Like, if we could dig into the hill there, and then flatten it, get rid of all this here, that'd actually be pretty good. gotta trim it. Now, this is Soviet City simulators. You respect topography now. Not yet. I mean, I could have, Kopi. Could have. But I didn't. Could have. But I didn't. Did you watch the Christmas parade on the Starbase live stream? I saw the highlight reel from it. It was going on when I shut off the stream last night, Brandon, which is pretty cool. They put a bunch of floats on SPMTs and just moved them around, which is pretty rad. That's super cool. Yeah, as the hill gets steeper, it's going to take a little bit more time, even for the damn runway tool, to get this right. Not bad. I heard your name. You heard your name? I didn't say your name. Did that Japanese rocket blow up yesterday? I don't think it blew up. I think so I looked into it, guys. There was a 200-mile-an-hour delta for upper level winds, meaning...
Oh, this is space. I'm in space.
Nova gifted a sub to Graham. Thank you, Nova. I appreciate you, man. Meaning the rocket's going up, right? And lower level and mid-level winds are okay. And then, remember how I said yesterday, hitting upper level winds, vertical wind shear? So the difference between winds up like at 20,000 feet versus like 19,000 feet. If there's high changes in wind speed and a low difference in altitude, that's why we worry about upper level winds, right? So I looked into it. Japan had super, super high 200 mile an hour upper level winds yesterday. So I'm pretty confident this rocket launched and it got hit with vertical wind shear and it overloaded the thrust vector control system temporarily when it flew through it. Basically, it was like flying through a brick wall. Yeah, they still launched, Linux. I mean, that looks to be the case, dude, but it's hard to say, man. Like, it really could have been anything. That was 12 months of gift sub, Nova. Oh my goodness. Dude, Nova, I gotta ask, like, dude, make sure you're not spending beyond your means on my sorry butt. Like, please. I appreciate it though, man. Thank you. Perhaps I didn't estimate it to be that bad. Maybe. But yeah, it seemed like the rocket just changed course randomly, and then the further it changed course, the more it started screwing out of control, right? Like, guys, that looks like upper level windage to me. I mean, people in chat did say it. I wasn't sure, right? That's right, Moondoggy. It was a startup. Probably at outside pressure. Yeah. Yeah, Linux, I would agree with that. Yeah, Linux, I agree. Scheduling pressure, especially in Japan, that's a thing over there. Crunch is absolutely a thing. All right. Don't they launch weather balloons before their flight? JAXA does, but this wasn't JAXA. Alright. That should be enough terrain to work with. Let's just dial in a save, because that took a good amount of time. Alright, so let's play off the notion that we have a tank, that we have a bulk carrier here. I think we should work around that big aggregate bulk carrier. That thing, the Ludenau or something? Buying one of those bad boys. The Lubenau. That can hold 8,000 tons of coal or iron. Not bad. All right. Now let's go back over here. Look at our aggregate storages. Oh, that's actually not bad at all. The Luben who? Yeah, yeah. The Luben when? Alright, so how would we set this up with the aggregates? So each one of these would need at least 2. But the coal needs to be 2 to 1. So the coal one should have 4 and the iron one should have 2. That should give me the margins that we need. So let me belt this out here. We might need more space this way. You can hold 857 tons of paneling. That's not funny. Too soon? Yes! Absolutely too soon, you jerk. Okay, so we have the belt output, and we said 4 for coal, right? So let's go into our aggregates here. I wonder if we, yeah, line it up with that. Just make it nice and even. But then again, if we did that, now our storages. I wonder if we can make a different version of that splitter. No. Alright, let's put in the provisions for an access road right here. And let's see if we can get something to go over it. That's the only place. It won't go on the center line. Alright. Okay. That works. Oh. But, okay, so that gets in the way of our access road. Right? Yeah, that's not gonna work. Hey, Spoon, what's going on? Keep having to stop watching and work. Annoying. Are you gonna have conveyors that run the raw mats straight to the plants? It's the idea. The other thing we got to take into account is that one of these is going to be it's going to be dropping iron ore, so we need aggregate storage, initial aggregate storage. Oh, geez. I need to put in like this, dude. We need to put in the initial area for offloading the iron ore, then the refinement, right? Then the ore processing facilities, and then iron that goes into the steel mill, like what this does. Balls. Balls. Balls, balls, balls. Balls, balls. Crap. No way you're copying this. Sorry? Not exactly. Not exactly. Copying, no. Emulating, yes. That's right. That's right. Okay, screw that. Make that as close as possible. Right there. Okay, now we need... This sucks because I have to build another one of these stupid things, but that's okay. I just need access for the road. Like I said, I always build in road access because you'd be stupid to not do that. Because you never know if, I don't know if I'm going to need a road here that goes over here. Maybe I will. So build it in. It doesn't take much extra effort. There we go. All right. Now we need now let's get our aggregate storage. So we need enough aggregate storage to offload 8,000 tons of iron ore here. That's 4,800. So we're going to need 2 of these things, give or take. I always overestimate. At least a little bit. That's right, it goes in the square hole. And the other thing is, guys, I'm putting in the provisions here because, like, I probably don't necessarily need this. We'll need this when we get to full scale, but, it's better to do it now. let's try this. Can I build a conveyor to there? Why not? Okay. I see how we can fix this. Let's go in here. So this is where the ore is going to be coming in. And if we mimic that right there, this should let me put that to there. Excellent. Score. There we go. Make that go this way. Make that go that way. All right, cool. That gives us access to everything. You have to build access roads into your design. You don't build the roads into the design. Unless you're building it with helicopters. Good luck. Okay, cool. So these are symmetrical here. Now we need a merger right here. I'm wondering, can we get away with being in there? That's what we can do. Okay. Now, ore processing. We need to start looking into that. So, iron ore processing plant. Consumption 217 tons at maximum production. Output is 101 tons. Oh shoot. We need to feed 2 steel mills. At least that's the expectation here. Feeding 2 steel mills. Each steel mill at max production needs about 200 tons. And these things produce 100, so we need 4 of them. Woof. Okay. Why do you need so much storage? Consider that the resources being unloaded will be sent to the plants almost instantly. Shouldn't the storage be at most twice the capacity of the ship? At the most, twice the capacity of the ship being used for delivery. My ship being used for delivery that I eventually want to scale to, Tupcho, moves 8,000 tons. These are 4,800 a pop. So, yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing exactly what you're saying. All good, my brother. Like, I'm just thinking, like, initially, dude, I have the BS Granata over here. Bakalakadakistan ship Granata. We have that. That moves 1,000. Yeah, that's probably nothing, right? But I want to save up. Eventually, I want to scale it around the Lubinau, which moves 7,991. So I'm just overestimating just a little bit and then some. Remember, feeding 2 steel mills. That's the whole thing here, right? Like, oh, hang on. You're on speaker. What's up? Oh, you made dinner early. Okay, I got you. Maybe in a little bit, okay? Thank you for letting me know. Love you. Bye. But he's cooking. Hold up. Let her cook. All right, so I'm in the middle of this, so I want to keep going with it. So we need... Oh, the game was unpaused. We need 4 iron processing facilities. That's what we need. Woof. In Factorio, that is where I would do the processing at another point and import the refined iron. But that doesn't work if you are buying the raw aggregate, because the reduction means you need to import even more aggregate, right? More or less, yeah. Guys, we could just import iron. But iron's at 43 a pop. I did the calculations here for bringing in iron ore. We're bringing in iron. I mean, it's going to be a little bit more expensive. But what's the refining to you? Like, right? What is that worth to you? Iron processing plant, 15 people. We need 4 of them. That's not a big deal. And that's literally halving the price of our raw material input for 60 people. I mean, just food for thought. This is the trade-offs that you got to weigh, you know? The other thing to take into account is that when Henry Ford made this Gigafactory, keep in mind economic conditions were a little different in 1920s America versus 1980s fake Soviet country, right? Prices were a little different. The world market prices were different, right? But he saw it fit to do the refining here. That's just iron ore right there. This is an iron processing facility right here. The iron processing facility is used to make steel. The steel mill is over here. And then that building right there, that's your steel warehouse. So they have 1, 2, 3 steel mills here. So clearly, like, Henry Ford saw fit to do that. Sure, there was a good reason. His reason was probably, I didn't like the price of the dang iron. Since so much of the F-150 is aluminum, does Ford have their own bauxite aluminum refinery? I don't know. Dude, what I do know is that there's insane amount of aggregate materials being moved around here. Like, that's limestone. See how white it is? That's definitely limestone. I don't know what you'd be doing with that. For some reason, it's hooked up to it seems to be in the vicinity of all the refineries. So, not sure what's going on there. There's all kinds of aggregates being dropped off here. Limestone, sand, gravel, coal. What's that building? Train tracks. I wonder what that facility was for. And then there's Zug Island, which is just how much coal do you want? Yes. That's the salt mine. About 2.5 the price, but wasn't the refinement also about 50% reduction? So pound for pound, that's a 30% markup to skip one stage of refinement in a much smaller volume. I don't know. There's some math there. Yeah. Are they making their own concrete? Dude, Detroit makes everything, dude. Like, I don't know if Ford's making their own, but, like, clearly there's aggregate. I mean, that's a coal power plant right there. See the transformers? Transformers in a big pile of coal. Coal power plant. This is a coal processing facility. And then I think Ford loads up the trains, and the trains go over to the steel mill over here. Because look, those hopper cars are sitting, or no, those are centerline cars. Are there hopper cars around? Oh yeah. I mean, those are double stacks too. But There's also gypsum and concrete around there. Dude, there's everything. Giant salt mines underneath the lakes. Interesting. Yeah, man. Freaking everything right there. Anyway. Surprised Ford just hasn't bought Detroit. Well, funny story. It's funny you should mention that. Oh, drummer, dude. Well, I'll take you up here one of these times, dude. We'll take you up 75, and we'll go on a tour of the Rouge. It'll blow your mind. You'd be like, the scale is, dude. This picture doesn't do it justice. It does not do it justice. Seriously, when you're driving up 75, you look to your right here, all you can see is factory. It's ridiculous. This is one of my favorite places, man. Big, freaking dirty industrial factory, but I love it, dude. It's so cool. Anyway. Mine was an overdrive going around Boston. Dude, yeah, I'll show you that sometime. Anyway, 4 iron processing plants. It's interesting because each one of these has 4 inputs. Huh. Omnicorp would, yeah, like a word. I might need to knock this hill out, dudes. The excavator's getting fuel, so it means we need to unpause for a second. I still cannot understand the idea of the 4 inputs. What do you mean, Tupcho? Having 4 iron processing, or having 4 inputs on the iron processing facility? Yeah, I don't know why you would have 4 inputs on that. That's weird. We could always put them on either side. But that means there's no room over there because of the terrain. I'm thinking. We clearly need a bigger footprint for this, right? So maybe we should make this one the coal. How much coal did we say we needed right off the bat? I think it was 4. So what I can do, if we make this side coal, give me a conveyor crossing with a split. And let's see, can we run from there to there? Yes, we can. But now that means I need more aggregate storage over here anyway. So we're straight up importing coal, so we don't need coal processing. Or, I mean, unless we do. But coal, let me just check this again. What's the price of coal? Coal ore is $8.46. Coal is $19.66. I kind of played off the notion that we would just be bringing in So, fellas, all right, you guys tell me. The calculations that I did for steel, the calculations that I did for bringing in, like, the choice between bringing in iron ore and straight iron was, you know, like, what's the very, like, this, we're doing this whole thing so we could feed steel mills, right? And feeding steel mills, we could use to feed, you know, cars and whatnot, right? So, the whole idea here was to, like the whole idea was to just make enough steel to make the car plant work and the, you know, everything else that I need for the car plant, right? But when I did my calculations, I did it calculating iron ore and coal. See, if I just brought in straight iron, it wouldn't be that much. It wouldn't hurt us as much. Like, it wouldn't be as bad as we think. Like, hang on, guys. I gotta get a lozenge. My throat's starting to. I'll be right back. Okay. So, is it really going to be that much worse bringing in straight iron? We're buying at 48. Trey, we could do that. Buying iron on the dollar is 36. It's way cheaper. The whole reason, guys, is because I think we're gonna, we might, I might circumvent that. Give me 1 second. Checking messages. Not much worse, but it'll definitely cut your profit by a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah. We just got to do it.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Wednesday. 14 months. Back to work. Yeah, we just got to do it. I don't have any other saves, Tip Joe. To refine 1 unit of iron requires 2.14 iron ore. At an ore cost of $17.74, that means you're spending $37.96 per unit of iron plus any refinement costs. Oh. We're spending $37.96 per unit of iron. Guys, it looks like a push. Am I looking at that right, Nukanora? Like, with that math, dude, that looks like a push to me. It looks like it, you know... You're obviously going to save money bringing in the iron ore, right? But you need to bring in a lot of it. Oh, man. Yeah. Wow, okay. Wowzer. That's all I'm saying. That's crazy, dude. We're gonna need so much space. Like, that's, guys, the only reason why I'm even considering it is the space. But yeah, you know what? Frick it. It doesn't matter. Yeah. We gotta do it. Yeah, we gotta make this mountain int. I really need basically from here to here. We gotta cut this hill. We have to. Like, because I need space for, so like what I want is like iron processing all here, dropping in iron ore here, and then iron comes out over here, and then have coal basically right next to it, right? And then the steel mills back here, right? Next to the towns so people can work at them, etc., right? And that way we can expand this space if we need to go further with it, right? Because there's nothing up here. And then, you know, steel mills back here, and then turn it around and do all your other production here, and then have your car production somewhere over here. Ford would level this hill, I think. Can it be graded? Of course it can. The problem is that all my grading equipment is going and filling up with fuel. See the bulldozer? The bulldozer is driving over to the gas station because I didn't put a gas station over here. Yeah, we're gonna... You guys think if I leveled all the way to this canyon, down to here, all the way over here, and flat spotted basically a significant chunk of this map, which we can do, see why not, with the runway tool, we'll take that mountain range out. We don't need that. I think that might be enough space. In real life, it'd be a huge endeavor. In real life. In real life, they'd have other places to build the damn factory. There's really not a lot of flat terrain on this map at all. Like, look at it. Look at the topography. There's not a lot. We got rid of that. We could get rid of that entire mountain range. There's no resources there. It doesn't matter. There ain't no resources there. Frick that. Dude, I already dug a big toilet up in the top of the desert up here. Like, I already did that. I did that because I didn't feel like I wanted a sewage discharge. So I dug down to the water table. It has an extremely low water table here in the high desert, so I dug down to water and then pumped the poop in there. Where's the uranium? The uranium... It ain't there, that's for sure. Uranium's up in the mountains. So, yeah. And not only that, but it's three times over. I could carry 3 times as much sewage as I originally put in here on purpose. Lake Pipikaka. That's exactly what that is. So, you know, frick this mountain range. See this entire mountain range? We're going to blow it up. I've just decided. That'll give me enough space. I can expand the dock. I can do whatever I want. We need bulldozers. Lots of them. And we need a place for them to park. Can we swim in that pond? I wouldn't. Okay, so let's think about this. How we want to set this up, at least initially. That should get us well within the SOI. And we'll stop that for a second. Road depots. We need a big one. What's the biggest one? The biggest one can hold 16. Put it over here. Now it needs a gas station. Because we're going to need to stockpile fuel for all of our bulldozers to work. Okay. Can I do a free gas station? We already have 12 of those on the map. Can't make another free one. Cool. Gas station needs electricity. Doesn't need a lot, so... There. Cool. Unpause the game. Get my Agaris construction. That's the construction depot that's right there. Get them to build. No construction offices have a path to this construction. There we go. We need to get some uranium and hydrogen. Yeah. Yeah. So, we have enough for 8 bulldozers and 8 excavators there. That's good. I'm pretty sure I have a parking lot full of excavators that I bought here a little while ago. No, that was trucks. Oh, hello, beautiful. Yes. You just drive over there. We got some open spots up here. And then I have... I should have some flatbeds down here willing to do the job. Yep, construction hauling equipment. Okay, you... Why did you build a road depot and not a construction office? Oh, the train is too long. Means. That'll fix that problem. Warducks, the road depots are cheaper to build than the construction depots. And the bulldozers and excavators, you only need a road depot. They only need to be in proximity. It could be either at a road depot or a construction depot. So, yeah, it should be fine, dude. Yeah, frick that piece of train, you know? I'm gonna level it. I don't like it anymore. I'm gonna send some trucks. I love using the Mack trucks. The Mack trucks, that lowboy trailer is the best one in the game by a long shot. Send a couple empties up here. I bought a bunch of rollers for my construction depots here too. So see, you can take that, load it up. Take you. Send you back down there. Then take another truck in its place. And send that back up there. We'll just keep doing that over time. It's gonna, and once again, it's gonna take some time for the road depot and everything, so yeah, if we leveled all the way to there, dude, we could build out a hell of a port. It's not bad. I like it. So I'll just leave this for now. We'll leave all the docks and whatnot. But yeah, this hill, we're getting rid of it. This whole thing. That shouldn't take too long. Narrator. It's gonna take a while. There we go. Trucks are already starting to deliver the resources. We got 2 bulldozers on site, which is good. Yeah, this whole hill. We'll just get rid of it. Maybe... yeah, like right here, I'd say. Just level basically here, this way. Why not, right? I mean, dude, they talked about doing this in the 50s, believe it or not. Not just the Soviets, the Americans did too. You know, you want to get at something that's, you know, there's a huge iron deposit underneath a mountain. Just nuke the mountain. Are you going to build a gas station so they don't have to go for fuel? Well, yeah. You ever play Helldivers? No. I know you're not much of a shooter fan for stream time. It's so much fun again. Oh, that's cool. No, I never played it. Oh, don't worry about it, Snake. It's all good. What now? Yeah, did you see it? That siding is... That switch right there is too close. The trains can't... Yeah. That's... Yeah. That's a nightmare. Man, did I not do that right. Hey, Darjol, what's up? Can you use explosives to terraform? No. Yeah, guys, we're just gonna have to make this all omnidirectional again. It's the only really the only way to get this right. Wait till that guy drops the bitumen and send both of the dang trains. I can't make this directional because of the siding. Siding is too close. So we need to make that directional and that. There we go. The sky is up, comrade. Oh, taking things literally. This is not fun. This is fun-free zone. This is bad joke-free zone. Mods, please shoot him in the face. Yes, no. Fun is capitalist trick. No, I make joke too. No, that's not funny joke. Not funny. Naughty. No, drummer, I haven't bothered. I just decided to do that instead. Face the wall, please. They on fire, yes, but not for long. Starving. Wonder where that's going on. Cool. All right. We should build water out here because I think we got. Are you kidding me? They haven't finished that stupid thing. Really? How's the iron going? We got some ore figured out. Construction of the mine is going decent. Interesting. EJ, check your Discord inbox when you have time. You found some interesting stuff. Oh, neat. Cool, I'll check into that, man. Looks good. Only worth 12,000 rubles, but it's so damn annoying. But now we should have people stocked at the fire station, which is good. And that fire station, I don't know what we'll do with it. Just tell it to shut up, maybe. Okay, so over here. Yeah, that's going to take a second. It's going to take a second for them to build all this. Trying to see if there's any other things that we can work on while we're here. And that guy's cooking. Look at that. Traffic jam. Okay, yeah, the concrete for all that. Hey, Gaff, what's going on? Alright, you know what another project we can do? Getting water figured out for these folks. Water and sewage. I do have kind of a prefab water facility up here. And wait. Oh, no. Well, I mean, we could work on it, but we need that damn electricity. We need that dang good old electricity. Which we do not have. Hey, Ellisers. Hey, Ellisers, thanks for the $100 bucks, man. I appreciate it. Oh, the rail line. We're gonna need a rail line going that way, huh? No RBMKs, okay? Why not? Actually, I'm all oil and coal-fired right now. Actually, mostly oil, Chief. There was a trick to making bridges. I forget what it was. But, I think you have to, like, make the bridge initially. First. So that's azimuth 1. straight. Place it, right? And then place the tracks coming off of it. Like that. There's a reason why you do this, because sometimes it leaves a skip at the end of the dang bridge. Do that, and then... I mean, how much is that truss bridge? Prefabs, bricks, steel. That's the highest mile an hour, right? You always build the tracks first, dudes. And then build the bridges. Because like I said, sometimes it'll leave like a lip right there. I'll show you. It did it over here. See the rails? See what I'm talking about? They like bonk. They go. It looks like a speed bump. That right there would be really bad for a train in real life. Yeah, like really bad. Yeah. The game does that because it hates us. So the reason why that happens is because when you go to make a bridge like this, right? You go to make a bridge like that, and then you attach the track after the fact. See? It left that ridge. See it? It doesn't do that if you make the bridge, then make the track, get rid of the bridge, and connect bridge track to track. That happens from connecting a bridge to nothing. When you connect the bridge track to track, it doesn't leave the lip. That's what I've found. So now what we can do is for this Y... Yeah, baby. Is the bridge high enough for the ships? That bridge, Microwave? No. But the ships don't come from this part of the map. They come from the other side, because that's where the ocean... See Kosask right there? That's where the ocean is. So they need to come down this way. So no low bridges, basically, from this bridge right here. From that bridge that away, no low bridges. This way, I don't care. I really don't. So, is it high enough for ships? Nah. Not really. This is cutting through some pretty fertile farmland, but we kind of... whatever. Whatever. Is this map with the biomes DLC? This map came out when 1.0 came out. So, like, if you're talking about the DLC that released, like, the other day, no, it's not that. Just gotta demolish these segments of road here. They weren't being worked on anyway, so. So now what we gotta do is make the grade here. No, I meant the DLC that released with 1.0. Then yes. Yes, it is. And then, just like the other tracks before, I want 2 and 2. We want 4 tracks. So, we gotta make a grade here. How did I do it? Oh, how did I get that done before? Yeah, this is the desert biome, yes. Yeah, if that's what you're asking, yes. Yes, it is. Oh, man. I just figured out that Skibbity Toilet is in Fortnite. I hate it. Oh. Alright, how long is the distance here? So we have an 18-foot change that we're trying to go down. Over 30, well, 36 would probably be preferable here. $18-foot change over 3,600 feet. If we reduce that, that's 9 over 1,800. 9 feet over 1,800, which is a 1% grade, right? That's nothing. Yeah, that's easy. Easy to get that right. That's a 0.5% grade? That's even better. Yeah, you're right, because it's two, yeah, times 2, yeah, so... Maybe we don't need it that crazy, but... 0.5% grade is better. The grade matters, is what I'm trying to tell you, too. The grade absolutely makes a difference. Trains will go slower. Up and down grades. Now, see how we have our profile for the grade here? It's not the best. It's a little bumpy. What I'm going to do now is just weed out all the bumps. Try to make this a smooth transition, best as I can. Because see these little bumps there? They're going to leave bumps in the tracks, and the tracks will look like they've been through an earthquake. It's something I can't stand, dude. See, that's smoothing out the transition line. Profile curves like this, for what it's worth, are what they do with real roads. When you're making roads and train tracks go up hills, they use curves like this. Dude, I feel like I had a way to get this done way faster to make the other highways. I just forget what it is. There was a real good way to smooth this all out. Like, I had it down to a science, man. I just forget. I forgot how to do it. Like, I could get the curve perfectly flat. I just... Did you snap a road or something to it and use that to smooth it? I think... Yeah, maybe. The runway tool is how I did it? That's about as flat as that's going to be. I can't... Yeah, that's what I was trying to do a second ago, but didn't want to. You go really wide for smoother, does that help? Yeah, it seems to. See that little rut right there? That's going to show up. That'll show up on the tracks. Trying to aim for this one right here, about 1,000 feet down the tracks. Yeah, if you want to know how I made all the roads in this, this is how. You're saying there's a chance. Nice. There's a traffic jam with garbage trucks. Too many criminals. Last chance to buy it. Look, DH4. Almost. Alright, it's nighttime. I can see this a little bit better. I think it started with making sure that all the steps were equal. Like equal distant apart. And see, that's introducing steppage back in, which is fine. We'll go over it with the smoother tool and we'll fix it. Really don't like how bumpy this is. Dude, there was a way we had this down pat. I forget the hell. I can't believe that. I can't believe I screwed that up. I can't believe I forgot how to do it. I'd have to go back and look, because, dude, look at the other highways. Look at this highway that I made over here. Look at that grade. It's perfect. See that? It's perfect. Like, all the stepping goes right parallel or perpendicular to the road. It's real, real nice. I'm bumming that I forgot how to do it. Very smooth. Maybe it was like the lower tool or something? Wide brush smooth tool, maybe. Whatever. It's fine. And then you run those tracks all the way down there. Hope it doesn't come out too messed up. I think that's fine. That's good enough. Now what you can do is go back in here and smooth out up against it. Did you not do midpoints in the runway tool? I used the runway tool initially, but it... Yeah, that's what I thought, but it didn't like it. I like breaking the tracks up into sections. Almost done. So there's a Space News article about Viper, and apparently the program was dead from the start, and NASA leadership even decided behind back doors in January of this year to not launch on the already prepared Griffin lander since Astrobotics failed their Peregrine mission. I'll have to read that, Forge. All right, I'll look into it. There's also that. Okay. Yeah, see, I want my lines split up. We're gonna do the same thing over here, but on a much larger scale. Split the tracks and basically make a frontage road for the trains. So, yeah, every once in a while we'll have crossovers between this track and this track, and that track and that track, and then you have your frontage road to get to a siding, and then you have your main line. I don't know where those tracks are going to go from there, but I know we at least want them up to here. So, we're going to do that. And then I need to remake this. The reason why I needed to remake them is because, yeah, it'll move the supports around the thing that it's trying to build over. Cool. All right. We done yet? Nope. Oh, dude, they're done paving that road. Look at that. Those guys are almost done. Look at it. Look at all those guys with their rollers. And pink. Sweet. Indicate one way basically to that service road right there. The reason why I put a split right here is so we can use the 2-lane two-way of the highway all the way up until this point. So if they're working on this bridge, trucks can come in, cross, go on that bridge and work on, and then leave this way. And then trucks can come in here, work on this one, leave and go out that way. That's the next stretch of road that we need to do. Okay, well, let's tell them to build it. This would be Aribi there, and then Corvaru there and there. Done. Alright, do we got electricity hooked up yet? They still haven't done this. I just need gravel. Why hasn't anybody gotten me gravel? We have tons of it. People are too busy trying to get flint from gravel. I've noticed there's no one's getting gravel. You truck aggregate loading. Ah. There should be a truck coming here. Or a bus or something. Ah, there's the gravel labor. Cool. Alright. They got plenty of stuff over there, so I'm going to shut these two off. That one is for export. That one's for the helicopters. This one is for trucks. That's why nothing is getting finished. There's no gravel from the place where I'm telling them to pull gravel. So, you know, that's good. Oh man, it's 5 o'clock already. Balls. Well, mine's finished. That's cool. I could just tell them to pull gravel from somewhere else temporarily. I'm just wondering why, like, I've been waiting for that stupid electrical pole to get finished for a long time, but I thought it was just because I told them to do too much construction. No, it's because they can't get gravel. Now, did that bus drop those people off? There we go. No. No. Stop. There we go. Now, these trucks over here should be dispatched to go get iron to finish working on things. There we go. I'm gonna shut that connection off. That's right, the ball goes in the square hole. Alright, cool. Good, 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 good. Ugh. Yeah, see, these are all waiting. Those ones are waiting on people. There we go. Cool. Hey, Vargon. We're running out of fuel here. Yeah, we're running out of fuel because the depot that was distributing fuel burnt down. All because of that dang fire glitch over here in Nader. That sucks. Well. What are you gonna do? Looking around where we have good water quality. There's one dude working on this. Oh boy. Doctor. Yeah, we really got to wait until this all gets working. It's 5 o'clock, dudes. All right. We'll continue this another time. All right. You guys know the drill. I'm going to jog the VOD. We're going to get ready for some space news. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed Workers. That's a good time. I think I'll play Derail tomorrow for early hours, but I don't know what we should play for after hours tonight. We'll figure it out. But anyway, we got space news coming up here. This is my daily segment where we talk about what's going on in the spaceflight industry. I don't know if you could tell from my background. Kind of into it. It's Wednesday, so summer car. But it's not summertime, dude. Whatever happened to the autumn build? I just stopped working on it for a little while, Goose. It's not summertime, man. I'm shocked. I'm shocked, I tell you. I'm thinking. I don't know. I don't know what we'll play for after hours. Maybe we'll continue with workers or something. Or we could just play Satisfactory. I don't know. Camera's holding up good, though, so that's good. The camera's holding up quite nicely. Hello Kitty Island Adventure? I don't want to play that. Take the mountain down? Yeah, alright. Yeah, we'll keep going. Derail with VR. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll think of something. Either way. Give me about 30 minutes. Yeah, we'll go from there. Ready to blow chunks? No, I am not. Hollow landing in VR. I'm just looking around at the games that I have here. Pillar? Alright. Well, we'll think of something. Okay. I'll be back in about 20 minutes here. And yeah, then we'll go from there. Yeah. Gonna go down to the house real quick. I will be right back. YouTube, stand by for momentary loss of signal.